Hello everyone, welcome to Piccadilly Stampin'. I'm Pamela Pick. So if you're new to my channel, please click that subscribe bell so that you don't miss out on any of my tutorials. Be sure to comment, like, and share. I would really appreciate that. So today I'm just going to do one of my quick cards. This is the card layout that I'm going to use. So I had posted this last week on my Facebook page. I always try to post one every week for a little bit of inspiration. I have a new one up already this week. Anyway, I decided to put some measurements to it, take my own layout that I developed, and make this into the card that I'm going to share today. So let's get started. I have a piece of basic black here. It's cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna use the score tool on this. Our black tends to be a little bit thicker texture, and so I want to, not the trimming, but the score, just so that I get a nice crisp edge. And again, the card base is basic black. I'll get my bone folder and just burnish that down very well. Okay, so we've got that started. And I have, let's see, a little piece of basic white in here. Oh, I should probably show you what stamp set we're using. So this is brand new from the online exclusives. This will be released tomorrow if you're watching this Monday, March 3rd. It is called You Are Remarkable. I love this set. I'm going to be using it a couple times this week. It's so much fun. I have a thing for daisies and kind of wildflowers. I think they're very pretty and very friendly. So I love this set. I knew right away I was going to get it. And I love the sentiments. I love that they mix some script with the font. I think that's always very pretty. And I'm not going to use the sentiments in this one on this card. So this is also another one that's new and an online exclusive called Tags of Thanks. It is a bundle that comes with some punches. I'll show you that another day. But I just wanted to show you what I'd be using. I'm going to be using just this word friend on this. So let's get started. And I'm going to take this little piece. I think it'll work perfect for the friend. And I'm going to ink this up in black ink. This is the Memento Tuxedo Black. And I think this piece is like a 1/2 inch, and I'm just going to cut it down so that it fits what I want. So we got that done. And let's just cut it down. It'll probably be about 1 1/4 inches. I'm just gonna take a guess. Let me see. Yeah, and it looks like I'm good at that. That looks good. About 1 1/4 inches by 1/2 inch then. Now remember to sign up for my emails, because then you get all of my measurements in any of my demonstrations twice a week. Okay, so we've got that and that. Let's start there. And then I want to pair this with the Friends of the Ocean 12 by 12 DSP. Now this is really vibrant DSP, so I'm definitely going to show you 2 cards. One that has the vibrant side that we're going to be doing today, and then one that I did that if you like more of muted tones or less bright and in your face. So these are the 2 that I'm going to be using. So I wonder if I can get enough out of this. I probably can. I will need some out of this. So let's just take our trimmer again and trim this down. And let's trim this down at 1 inch here by 4. Which is just the measurement that I came up with to fit on this card base. And I'll show you that again when we get there here. Okay, let's save that excess piece also. And while I've got this out, So this is what I came up with. 1 by 4 on here and 1 by 4 here. So we'll have those be the same. Then this is 1 by 2 3/4. So let's take this one, 2 3/4 here, and let's do it again, 2 3/4. Again, this will be listed on my email that I send out. Okay, and then I need a piece of white, and what I came up with, it took me a couple measurements. 1 5/8, so let's do that. 1 5/8, let's measure twice. 1 5/8, so 4, 5. 1 5/8 by 2 3/4, it says, so 2 3/4. So here we go. So this is our piece. This is a little extra. Let's set this off to the side, and let's do a little Stampin'. So while I've got this little scrap piece, I am going to use the Summer Splash, and I am going to be just using this image. I'm not the two of them together, just the plain image here, and we'll ink this up. And you're going to need 2 of these, but since I am trying to do a quick video, I'm just going to do the one and cut it out. So you will need to do a little bit of fussy cutting. It really doesn't take as long as people think. There are no dies to this. It's just the stamp set. But I find that if you move the paper more than as you're closing the snips, you can just kind of go around. Now see, I've kind of hit that. I'm going to cut that off, put this in our little trash bin here, and then come back around. Don't worry about it being perfect. And my paper started to move. Hold on, I gotta grab that. This started to move. So you don't have to follow layouts exactly how they have them. You can do it however you want. It's just to kind of give you an idea of where to start. So you see how I'm moving that paper as I'm pushing down? And I'm letting the paper do the work. I'm going to cut that off again because getting a little hairy here. And I am going fairly close. However, I'm not, it's not perfect as you can see. That's okay. It's a handmade card for one thing. I think it gives kind of an artsy-fartsy look that you've went through the work to cut it out instead of having that white edge to it all the time. Now, sometimes I do cut them out with a white edge. This one I'm not, but this one, as you can see, I just left that huge chunk, and I'm going to leave it because I want to make a point here in doing card making. I think sometimes as card makers, we kind of stress out at having it be perfect. And it doesn't have to be perfect to be fun. So let me just grab that. Okay, so I have that and that. And I went ahead and pre-cut one just so I didn't have to cut both out on camera. And I'm going to pull in my Daffodil Delight stamp pad. And there is a little center for the flower. So I'm just going to tap that on and do a little center in Daffodil Delight. That's pretty easy, right? Okay, let's set these aside, and then let's bring in our other piece of basic white cardstock. And I have the Lemon Lime Twist. And so I'm going to use this image. Now, if you want a lined version, you can get a lined version. And I'll be showing you later that this week, the two-step stamping with that. But this one, I'm just going to do these interior ones. And I'm going to ink that image up. And I want to make sure that's good and inky. And then I'm going to just kind of center it on here. Don't worry about it being perfect. Okay, Now we've got all our pieces cut and ready to go. So this is where the fun starts. Well, almost all the pieces cut and ready to go. So here we are. We've got our tent fold in the basic black. And this is where you want to line out your pieces. Just kind of take a look and see how they're going to line up and match. Okay. I think that helps to have it done ahead of time. And then we're going to take our glue here. And I almost think I might do this a little differently. Let's change this up. Maybe I'm right-handed and I usually start on the left and go right. So I think it's easier almost to start with, yeah, the smaller piece of DSP. Now, I did have directional paper, so I specifically cut this with the points going down and the waves going across, but you wouldn't have to. I just did. If you cut it the other way, the waves would come down, and I felt like I wanted it to be that direction. I forgot to tell you that earlier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this glue, and I'm going to glue this up, and then I'm going to start by placing this down, leaving a little border. Now let's look at where this one goes and where this one goes. I think this goes very well. This one maybe needs to come over just a hair. Don't worry about them being perfect again. Do your best to line them up. Okay, then we'll bring this one here. That's pretty good. We'll do the same thing with this one. Just ink it up or glue it up with your liquid adhesive, and that gives you a little time to move them around. There you go. See? It's not perfect, but it's not bad, right? Okay, then I love the bright color with the black. Then I'm going to take the centerpiece. Hopefully I measured this right. I think I did. So now here is our card. Like so. Okay, give that all a good press. Now while this is drying, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to pull our trimmer back in, and let's do a piece of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4. Okay. And then we can take this extra piece . What happened to my lid? Here it is. And put this on our basic white. And I set it down on something flat so I know that I'm getting that lined up. Now what I think I'm going to do, this is for the inside of the card. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to place this. I like it at the bottom on this one. Sometimes I have it at the top. But even though that thicker piece right there, I think I'm going to go to the bottom on this. So we'll flip it around this way. And this gives me just a moment to get this straight on here. Okay. Now, so far, it's just bright and fresh, right? That's what we want. So let's take our little sunflowers. Remind me of those Gerber ones because of the color. And let's do one there. And let's do one here. And at the same time, let's take one of these side pieces and stick that on there. Isn't that just the cutest? Now, I do have for embellishments, I decided because I'm making a friendship card that I wanted to use the adhesive back heart sequins. So I'm going to take the large ones. Let me take your pick tool here. And I wanted that gold. I thought this would be very pretty with it. And I'm going to place, I always do 2. You can do 3. 3 is definitely more of what they teach us, as it's more aesthetically pleasing, but I have a hard time lining them up. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it was so simple. I spent more time explaining it than I did to do it because I started this video. It's just been such a quick video. You've got a little glitz, little glam, not too much. Now let me show you something else. I made one, the same thing, but I used, what was the name of the other paper? I think it's right here. It is the Floral Delight paper, and I used it for more of a traditional look, a softer look, and I just did a couple of punches. It just depends what you like, you know, just so much stinking fun. I like the pop and the contrast of the bright, but that is who I am. For those of you who don't, I also use the brushed brass butterflies on this one. I thought it fit the paper quite nicely, and it'll mail very, very flat. So again, both of these, the tags of thanks, it's a bundle. This one is not a bundle, but I only used it for the friend this time. And you are remarkable. This is brand new. It'll be available for you tomorrow, March 4th, in my online store. I do appreciate all orders that you do with me. I would remind you to use this host code, because for every $35 that you purchase and you use this host code, you get some Piccadilly rewards, and that is you can earn a free product from me of your choice. Once you collect all 10, you can earn a $25 shopping spree, but I also pay the shipping and the tax on that. So here was our layout. Here's what I came up with, that layout. I hope you enjoyed this. Now let me know in the comments below if you will try this. Be sure to sign up for that email. You'll get this video that you're watching right now, photos of the cards, dimensions that I used, all listed in that email with a supply list so that you know exactly what I used to make this card. All right, take care everyone. Have a great day. Bye-bye.